I was told by one of my viewers, anonymously named Ryan H, that I haven't had as much energy in my evening videos as I do in the mornings. So I guess I'm gonna have to put it down a little double time. TransCanada, that's a pretty big company up here in Canada, where we fight the polar bear. I rode a polar bear today. They're everywhere here. It's strange. It's like Tim Hortons, polar bear. TransCanada, they transport oil and natural gas through pipelines. I'm sure you know of TransCanada, if you're in the United States, from multiple rejected bids for the Keystone XL expansion. Way to go, President Obama. Anyways, TransCanada reported earnings today, earnings per share coming in at 76 cents. That's beating the street by 8 cents. Good job, TransCanada. Revenue's coming in $3.22 billion. That misses by $70 million, but it's up 17% year over year. So at least business is picking up. Where is the business picking up? I do know of some people back to work in the oil field. I'm going to say that. I live in Alberta. I know a lot of people that work in the oil patch, as we call it here. And I do know a lot of people that used to work in the oil patch 3-4 years ago that were out of work, that are back up north working. It's still north of here, amazingly enough. I would imagine it's 800 feet of snow. I have no idea. What's north of here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Barren land until you get to the moon. TransCanada, though, says its U.S. nat gas pipelines doubled the production. So it's not Canada, and it doubled it to 880 million in Canadian dollars, which is enough to get you, that's 2 Big Mac meals in the United States. That's supersized. We're dealing in big money up here in Canada. The EPS rose 46% year over year, so they're clearly doing something right. And they're saying that their natural gas and liquids is really what's driving any of this revenue, the revenue creation that we're seeing, the revenue being up against 17% year over year. So we're still working towards a resolution for this Keystone XL pipeline. They've got a lot of support now, especially with Republicans in power. We're going to see that come through, hopefully to a resolution, they're saying, in December. So that's what we're getting out of TransCanada. So they beat on earnings pretty well. Missed on revenues, but are up revenues quite a bit as far as year over year goes. And they're planning on investing again another 160 million Canadian, which is, I don't know, that's some of your guys' change down there. We got lots of change. We go change right up into the 4-digit denominations or something up here. We love change. We stuff our quarters. Every pocket's full of change, like you're going to the arcade up here in Canada. So they're planning on expanding 160 around $1 million, some Atlantic Canada operations, and then also just some capacity as far as the pipelines up here in Canada go. So I guess there just isn't enough capacity to pump all the natural gas and oil that's coming out of the ground for cheap. And TransCanada figures, you know what? We're doing a little bit better. The United States is picking up for us. They are all over the United States as well. And if this Keystone XL pipeline ever goes through the actual junction from, I believe it's Oklahoma, down into the Gulf of Mexico, down in Texas, I would imagine TransCanada will be doing even better, becoming much more of an international oil and gas transporting company than they are Canadianly known. Canadianly? Is that a word? I'm making up words. How do you like that, mister? You don't have enough enthusiasm in the evenings.